Welcome back, everyone. For this ASMR video, I'm going to flip through this illustrated book. This is an art book I bought years back called Best of Bishounen. It says it's the most updated boys' illustrations from Japanese comics and games. So, this is not from one artist. This would be considered an anthology, which includes multiple artists. I bought this through Surugaya, which is a... Did I buy this through Surugaya? I'm pretty sure I did. I honestly don't remember which proxy I used to buy this. It's been a while. It was during an art book haul. But I think I did buy this from Surugaya, which is a Japanese online store. I'm actually planning to do a review of a proxy, but it's actually turned very stressful because they gave me a coupon basically so that shipping would be covered. So I tried to buy a couple art books, but to kind of make it worth it, I also included a squishy and like some small stationery and a figure. And I don't know how they packed it, but it's too big. Because of COVID, Japan kind of canceled all of their postal services to the United States. So the only thing available was through a boat or DHL. And it's too big to go on the boat, apparently, which is, I don't know. So now the only shipping option is $250 on DHL. And the coupon only covers $100, and there is no way I'm paying $100 for shipping. So now I'm gonna try and convince them to hopefully not charge me again to separate the package, because I paid for them to combine it. That was out of my pocket. It's a mess. But art books are so nice that I don't know. Hopefully they can fix the issue, because they wanted me to make a video, so I was gonna make a nice one too. I was gonna animate it a little, do kind of the story or the storyteller animator style, but teaching you all how to use a proxy. So that's enough of my rambling. Let's get to it. So this is Best of Bishounen. It's in English, which is very interesting. It says preface. First, we would like to extend words of gratitude to the many individuals who have contributed to the realization of this book. This volume introduces the works, profiles, and comments of 79 manga artists, illustrators, and character designers, creating artistically irresistible youths and men. Past publications have introduced illustrators primarily drawing female characters. In recent years, however, Japan has seen a considerable rise in female-oriented manga, games, anime, and the like. The prerequisite in female-oriented content is an ikemen, or Japanese slang for good-looking guy, with whom readers can be infatuated. Nevertheless, ikemen infatuation can be triggered in many ways. There is the hot and cold guy, the obsessed fellow, the pompous person, the weakling, the prince, the older gent, the businessman, the military figure, the male adorned in Japanese costume, and the character in the eye patch. That's so specific, but so true. The variety is bountiful. The advertising, publishing, and game industries have noted the public's wish for information on the individuals producing these irresistible, youthful, and mature male characters. This dedicated work highlights, for the first time, those very artists in their own creator's file. We trust that this single tome will unite the ikemen master artists and their readers. So that's a really nice introduction, actually, and I'm very surprised that there's an English one, when majority of this book I'm pretty sure will be in Japanese. I think for this one, because I've seen this being sold in Kinokuniya as well, I but yeah, I believe this one did have like an English release. And although I bought this from Japan, this may be the, yeah, there's an English section. Oh, that's so beautiful. I love it. So I like buying books like this because they're great inspiration and you get so much info on the artists. You might be able to find, oh, I love that. Love it. You'll be able to find information on the artists and you may discover some of that you would have never found otherwise. I had to stop for some noise, and now it's the next day, so take that as you will. Oh, here's the cover picture. This is by Bishounen, spelled Shishunki. But yes, I think books like these are a great way to discover new artists that you otherwise might not have come across. And they have a nice little introduction of them, or they have comments that they did based or about their artwork. Oh, this one's gorgeous. And what's great is that they have a lot of different art styles, so while some of the subject matter may not interest me sometimes, the way the coloring is done or the line work might. And that's why they're great things to use as inspiration. I love the soft coloring on the hair in this one. They use line work, but it's obvious that they kind of shaped the colors to make the layering and individual hair pieces instead of just drawing the lines. I envy that skill and color. Notes on the layout. So here we have a couple of different things. Kind of looks like some of their older work. And then a more recent one. This looks like it's the cover to something, like an existing series. I had to block this one because it looks like it's from a Boys Love series, and he was half nude. But look at this art style. I love how soft the facial features look, and the muted colors. And it tells you what program they used to draw it and their website. So this is such a great resource. This is kind of risque, but I think it's fine. I want to say these are characters to a video game because it kind of looks like they are. Yeah, they create character designs for situation CDs or drama CDs. If you're not sure what that is, they are visual novels, which is like reading a book except on the computer with visuals and voiceover work, speaking the lines of the characters. They're very popular, and they had a boom a few years back. There's some very popular anime based on them. So this was drawn in Psy with some added assistance in Photoshop, which makes sense. I would imagine they drew the characters in Psy and then went to Photoshop for the background. Oh my gosh! I actually know this artist. I've read this manga. Never finished it. I think it's still going. But I kind of fell off reading Yaoi and Boys Love for a couple months. So it's very hard for me to go back because that means I have to figure out what chapter I left off in. And most sites don't tell you what happened in every chapter, so I'm like, oh, this is so much work. But I think this series has an anime as well. It is Boys Love. Oh. So the artist is Meme Coco. They primarily draw manga. And the name of this series is Hitorijime, My Hero. But they also created other stuff. And they used a Maru pen, most likely for the line work. Photoshop elements, 10 acrylic paints, and crayons. Wow, that's cool. So they use what they can. Yeah, I really enjoy the unique way romance is handled with boys' love series, which is why I kind of got interested in reading it. I wanted to see a different perspective than all the cliche stuff in shoujo manga. And it's still kind of cliche. But for a while I switched over from Japanese BL to Korean webcomics. Same genre. Although I did read other stuff. And wow, it's like the stark difference of the cliches is crazy to me. There's so much uniqueness in each version of the same genre. It all depends on the audience. But I've noticed that Korean webcomics, a lot of the time you're reading and they just drag the story so much that I just get bored. And it probably has to do with the fact that you pay for each individual chapter. Wow, I love this. This looks like it's from a series. I want to know this is a character story. It's a personal work. Dang it. This was Inside and Photoshop CS5, and the artist is called Lovecom at ph.chu.jp. I'm sure they have a Twitter now. This book was released probably a couple years back, so some of the information may be outdated. But I'm sure the artists still... Okay, this is straight up BL. I'm sure the artists still keep the same pen name. I feel like I recognize this art style. It's very pretty. It's very obvious they work with watercolors. Oh yeah, color inks and clip studio paint. Artist is Enjin Yamimaru. Oh wow, I love this. And oh wait, this is the artist of Cased Heaven. Isn't that Cased Heaven? I'm a little ashamed that I know what that is just by the image. That's a manga I'm not really a fan of just because it's so meh. Just not a good time. Which is the point. I guess you could consider it a horror. But I'm sure the two main characters get together at the end and I just couldn't read all the nonsense and terribleness. I want to have a good time. Oh, this is cute. And this is more traditional boys' love artwork. You've got the big tall guy and the softer looking boy. And they work in Copic markers, which a lot of mangaka do. It's how they got their popularity in a lot of artist circles. Now everyone primarily works in digital. This is by Kazari Tayu, and they work in Psy and Photoshop. Oh snap, they have a Tumblr. always worry about Asian artists on Tumblr because a lot of people on there are very young. A lot of younger folks are on Twitter now too. But Tumblr is kind of the first social media platform that was very popular with children or younger teens. And they don't know artist etiquette. I remember I followed one for a Dahlia artwork, and some random person asked them for a request, and the artist was nice enough to do it, but out of nowhere they got bombarded with requests, and this poor artist was too nice to say no, so they drew all of it, while at the same time saying, I'm not taking requests anymore, thank you for the ones that I got, but I am not taking them anymore. And people still sent them in, and I still drew it, and it was this horrible cycle of people not understanding that this person was chucking out all these requests really fast, probably stressed out. It stressed me out. I was stressed out on their behalf. This one's pretty. Kaburagichu. Oh, this one's cute too. This seems like more traditional anime artwork. This is by Kamada Misato. I love this one on the big page. This is by Karasuba Ame. But their website is konronka.flop.jp. Oh, this one's cute. I love how animated all of these characters look. Oh wait, that's an anime. Is this the character designer for that anime? I don't think, it doesn't say. It could just be an individual artist that did fan art. Oh wait, special prize edition. So they did draw this for a release of Gatchaman Crowds. But I love how loose everything looks. It's neat. I apologize if you can hear the video game my sister is playing. It's really unfortunate that I can hear it in my room. Turns out it was not my sister, it was my brother. I don't think it was a video game either. It must have been some show. There's a sexy man down here. This was drawn by Kiriya Takashi, and their website is just so weird. If anyone, if I don't say the website or the information on the artist, just let me know if you're interested, and I will reply with the website information that is on this book. Because I'm not going to be too detailed, since I don't want this video to be overly long. Oh, I recognize his art style. Kusama Sakai. Very loose. Very loose. Love this. Kunimitsu. A lot of these artists featured in this book seem to do mainly character design, which is cool. This is Kuroyuki. I'm just skimming through all of their info up here. I don't know if you can see if that's in frame. It doesn't mention the anime in their bio, so I could be wrong. I'm pretty sure that was a mobile game though. But this guy reminded me of a character from an anime called K. White-haired kid that I think was the main character. nice and dynamic. Kadokawa. So this is an existing series. Bara no Keiyaku. Wow, that name is long. I'm not gonna read that. Oh, this one has such a painterly art style. I love it. Look at his little, I think it's an owl. It's cute. I don't know if this one is too risque, but he's obviously getting groped. But this artist is really nice. Sakaki Kuya. A lot of these I have to put my head over. Oh my gosh, this one is so nice. The hand could use a little work. But that seems to be a very common issue with BL and yaoi artists. Possibly artists in general. That one looks so pretty though. This one is by Sakamoto Akira. Very cute, very simple. But their characters have a good flow. This guy looks familiar too. Is this? Yeah, it says Kadokawa. It doesn't say where it might be from. Oh, Exit Tunes presents actor. No idea what that is. Oh, this one's interesting. Wow, this one is so unique. I love the emphasis on the line work. The lineless background. It's so rugged, especially this guy. This is by ZAKK Ishie Hachi. This is really pretty too. Wait, are they boys? I can't tell. One of them may be a man. I don't know. Either way, very pretty. This is by Shikimi. Liquid Sunshine. This is personal work. So maybe they just name it. It doesn't necessarily mean that it's from an existing series. This one's very loose. Shichimatoyo. Oh wow. I love the use of traditional Japanese illustrative themes. Like this could be a wall scroll. And it looks flat as if it was drawn in the old Japanese style. Or printing. This is by Shishunki. Oh no, we've got some less than savory things going on here. This looks like it's from a video game. Oh yeah. Kuropara no Yakata. It must be from a visual novel. Bishounen. My foot's getting tired. I'm kind of leaning over. At some point I want to try and get a tripod that clips onto the desk so I don't have to lean over the tripod in between my legs. Because I also hit it a lot when I do that. This one's fun. Shua. Big bold letters. Oh, very pretty. Oh, some risque stuff right there. Protect her. I like this guy's design. This is by Shiroma Cutting Entertainment. Okay. So do y'all own this artist? Oh wow, I love this one. Love it. It gives me a kind of gesture feel with this pattern. Little dragon. Yeah, you belong as a character designer because this is great. They work with Clip Studio Paint and Photoshop. Suzuki Cheeto. Wow, this guy's mouth is like open so much. It looks a little weird. They should have toned that down a little. This is pretty though. And I'm sure most of these artists have been working since they published this book, so I'm sure their art style has gotten a lot better. Wow, I love this. It's so dynamic. There's camera angles and the colors are gorgeous. Color choices. There's not much paint technique going on. It's primarily dependent on the line work, but it works. This is by Sakai Meguro. Oh. This one looks very polished. Oh, we have Schoolboys. Yeah, this is from an actual series. A lot of these say Kadokawa, so it makes me wonder if a lot of these artists are from or have worked with Kadokawa and they just decided to make an art book. Senzaki Makoto. Tokimeki Restaurant. 3 stars. I think that's supposed to be the name of the series. Alright, we've got some cool boys. As you can see by their, oh, they're in jail. Those are so... Is this really what the jail uniform looks like? Okay. They draw and illustrate beyond novels and manga. This one caught me so off guard. But I actually do know this artist. A lot of this is focused on their more risque works, but they did create one that's very cute. It's still a little risque, but the plot was really cute about a guy falling in love with a boy who's mute in his school, so he doesn't speak. I can't remember the name of it, but it was really cute. Takanaga Hinako. I'm sorry, your art is very lovely, but some more risque, but this big picture is very lovely. I do like it a lot. Yeah, let me just submit for myself. I feel like they saved the really risque ones for the back of the book. This one's really cool. Ooh, this one's really nice too. This is definitely an artist that works on visual novels. Oh, never mind. Trading cards, otome games, and situation CDs. I love that that's how they decided to translate visual novels. Or it could just be drama CDs, actually. That's probably what they're referring to. Wow, this one is so unique compared to the other ones. I love it. Wait a minute. You look familiar. Where are you from? Oh, Trinity Blood. They're the artists for Trinity Blood. I knew this looked familiar. Wow. So this is Torres Sibamoto. They use Liquitex, acrylic gouache, modeling paste, and Copic multiliner. So far they are the one that uses the most traditional forms of medium to draw, which I appreciate. Again, I really like that simplistic loose style with the hair. Oh, this one's interesting. There's so much going on. Lots of detail. I kind of wish they'd chosen this as the big one. This is by now Tsukiji. I really like this actually. Look at this giraffe. Oh, it's got wings. That's cute. Okay. It's a little risque, but not too bad. Very muted and serious. Oh, they've got the range. Oh, wait a minute. He looks familiar. I also remember a BL manga that had a character that looked like this, who was always drawn with his eyes closed, and he ends up falling in love with his former bully, but the bully approaches him first, and it turned out to be very cute. They fight through his insecurities and stuff like that. Wow, this one's cool. I love how serious he looks. Oh, look at all the many faces. This is definitely a video game. Let's see. Prime focuses on creating images and producing illustrations used in packaging for the digital rock singer Batch. Oh, seriously? Also design manga characters and produce illustrations for apps focusing on romantic themes for female consumers. So they've probably worked on a lot of mobile app games. Hakuseki is their name. Well, I am a fan of their artwork. It's very pretty. Ooh, I like this one too. I like this picture a lot, actually. That looks like the guy from Bleach. This is Paco. Otamart. Really? I feel like they've worked on an anime character design. This is PSP down here, so this might be a PSP game. Ooh, back to colors. I love this color scheme. This looks like a game as well. Wow. There is like barely any info on this one. They draw trading cards, character designs, book covers, CD jackets, and the like. B-side. Okay, B-side. Pretty. I like this. Looks like there's some bears and children. Ooh, this one's really pretty. They have a theme going on. They are a freelancer who creates book covers and character designs. So soft. Wait a minute, you look familiar too. This guy's face especially. Is this one of the artists behind Dramatical Murder? This kind of looks like Alba's face. Even if not, it looks really pretty. Says this is from Love Sofa. Daria. Let's see. Manga artists. BL Comic Magazine in 2013 is where they debuted. It doesn't mention Dramatical medical murder. But the artist is Billy Baldley. Bolly. If you want to know how to spell that, just let me know. Really cool. A lot of these are starting to get a little generic, to be quite honest. But they're still very nice to look at. This one's pretty unique. I feel like I've seen a BL manga by them too. At least for the ones that I've read, this is the first one that has worked on light novels, which is like a novel, a regular novel, but a lot shorter. And they are also very popular in the manga and anime community. A lot of popular anime nowadays are actually based on the light novels. Oh wow, I love this. Super pretty. This is Mitsuki Munko. Nothing is really coming out to me based on what they say they've worked on. Oh my goodness, look at how detailed this is. Wow. That's the dream. Wow. So much going on. And again, I feel like I've seen this art style before too. But not from a wholesome series. They work as a freelance illustrator and do cover designs for novels, concept designs, trading card games, and other work. They love drawing landscapes and buildings, and I can definitely see that. That is what I aspire to be a lot better at landscapes and buildings. They are called Munashichi. Munashichi. Oh, this one loves backgrounds too. Good. Really pretty. Mellow. Just one L. Not the mellow from Death Note. This looks like Alice in Wonderland a little. It's giving me that vibe. Look at all these different boys. Much marine entertainment. We have Kadokawa again. Trap Love CD. So this must be a novel, or what are they called? Oh, a drama, CD drama. I feel like those have gone out or stopped being that popular. The last CD drama I remember reading about was Italia, but that doesn't really count. I just want to say this one is adorable, but I have to change the page because there's too much to cover. Oh, thank goodness, it's appropriate. What's funny though is that I thought there were a lot more children watching my videos, probably because of all the squishies I opened. I just wanted to review stuff I collect. I didn't really care about appealing to children. I don't really want a child audience. But I was looking at my analytics today, and a lot of y'all are actually around my age, so that's good. But I still don't want to get my video demonetized. That $1 a month is kind of nice to have. So these are definitely from series. It's called Tenenuchi, which I'm assuming is from a game. Yeah, it says they primarily do games. You know. Oh, this one's beautiful. It's so delicate. His knee kind of looks like he has a problem with it, though. It's a little too curved. But other than that, gorgeous. So soft. Storybook-like. The artist is called Yoko. I had to cover this for obvious reasons, but I thought this artist's style was really neat, so here we go. They use acrylic paints and a dip pen. And then the last artist in the back is, I'll be honest, it's a little anticlimactic. But still nice. Yodokawa Yu. They also work for Kadokawa. That's the end of the book. We have a list of companies, I'm assuming, that were involved in helping to publish this book, which makes me think that a lot of the time the artists will pitch in to create the anthology on their own, but the fact that the companies were involved makes me think this is kind of an official release that the company sponsored for all the artists that they work or they employ. But I thought this was a really neat book, and the fact that it has an English translation release makes it really accessible. This is a little old now, but the selection is still fairly unique and extensive, so I would recommend it. This was fun. I wouldn't mind doing another one like this again. And I want to go back to the squishy ones as well. In fact, I might do a declutter of my squishy collection again, just because as much as I love them, I don't go to squish them that much anymore, and it just seems like a waste of space to have so many. At the same time, it's getting very hard to sell them off. Probably because they're going out of popularity. Like, not too many people are really into them anymore. At least buying the collectible ones. So, I just don't want to have too many anymore. So, I appreciate y'all for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you